Welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of walk you through my setup and how I've got my YNAB set up, and then I'll go through and budget my first paycheck for August. Now, this is low income paycheck and low income budgeting. Well, let's see. I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get started. First, standard YNAB setup. YNAB automatically puts the credit cards at the top. Next, I've got my immediate obligations, everything that is due every month and that I have to take care of. Let's see, first things first, rent. Right now I'm paying $60 a week. What happened at the beginning of the COVID shutdowns, I went to stay with my parents, and just so I could help them around the house, help them with some yard work, do some cleaning up while I was going to be off work for 2 weeks. 2 weeks ended up turning into a month off of work. When it came time to go back to work, I was going to go back home to the place I was renting. It wasn't a very good place, but my mother said it would be a good idea if I just stayed here. So, I had been paying rent the entire time I was staying here, and I gave up that place, stopped paying rent, and here I pay my parents, $60 a week. I call it rent, but it's really for groceries and everything. And now that's not the only thing I do. I do like the biggest majority of the yard work and help my stepdad with projects he wants to do and things like that. But $60 a week, and it's allowing me to really, start saving. Next, I've got my Spotify. This is the family streaming, and there's 4 of us using it right now. It's normally $16.04, but the credit card it charged to this month, I kind of rotate. It's supposed to be going to my Chase card, but I had been rotating it, monthly to different cards to always have some kind of use on each card. And then I just pay it off, and either I forgot to switch it to my Chase card this month, or something happened and it just stayed, it couldn't charge the Chase card, so it charged the card it was on last month. Doesn't matter. But anyway, that card had some rewards balance that knocked off, I don't know, what is that, 36 cents? I'm not really sure. 16 cents. It knocked off 16 cents. Anyway. Next is Legal Shield. This is something I just got talked into. This is the only month I've done it. I'm going to do it one more month. I don't know, but I'm going to cancel it and get rid of it. It's a waste of money. Sometimes you get talked into things. Next month is my Quickbooks Self-Employed that I use for, to do, keep track of all my expenses and everything. I am a 1099. I'm set up as a 1099 contractor at the place I work. I don't know why it was set up like that. It was set up like that years ago, and at the time, for several years, I let my boss lady, I let her handle all my taxes and everything like that. And just in the past few years, I've been doing my own taxes, and I see how much this being set as a 1099 is hurting me, but also it also doesn't, because I get to write off a lot of stuff. But quite frankly, I don't make a lot of money, and that's my own fault. It's my own fault for staying in a job that's not going anywhere. And we're doing some things at work that taking on a new type of business that is supposed to, I guess, hopefully it's going to increase my income. if it doesn't, I've decided that this is the last year I'm going to do this. So last year I'm going to stay at the shop. I'm going to start hunting another job. I guess I stayed in this job out of loyalty, and maybe I thought I didn't deserve better. I don't know, but that's another story. Anyway, like I said, the QuickBooks. Next is my Am Better. That's my health insurance. I have Obamacare. I do get a subsidy, so I'm only paying $49.23 a month. For the insurance. What it pays for, it pays great. Like all of my regular prescriptions, all generic. I don't pay a penny out of pocket. If I do pay anything out of pocket for like doctor visits, usually it's $20 for lab work. I have a Cpap machine, and like it pays for about 75% of the supplies that I get every 3 months. Like it pays $300-400, and then I have to pay like $59. It's not great insurance. What it pays for, it pays good, but it doesn't pay for a lot of things. I have some medicine that's like $900, but through a program with the manufacturer, I get it for $10 a month. Anyway, let's see. I don't know why I'm going into all this, but next is my cell phone. Right now it's $49.15. And I just switched to the Verizon prepaid, and it's $50 a month. Normally it's like last month, the first month, it was $54 and something, and because I set up auto pay, I get $5 off. And after 3 months, and like I said, after this payment, actually, it's going to go down $5 more, so it'll be $40 plus the taxes, so it'll be a little bit less. Next is iCloud storage. It's $2.99 a month. Now, this is actually the family package, and I share this with my mom and stepdad, just like I do the Spotify. And they let me share their Amazon Prime, so it kind of all evens out. I feel like I get more benefit from their Amazon Prime than they do from these, but it does allow them to never have to delete phones off their phone, pictures off of their phones. Now you notice that I put the who it's on these. I put who it's paid to, then I put the amount, I put when it's due. And on most things, I put what credit card it comes out on. Now, I forgot to add that here to Legal Shield. It comes off of my. Actually, let me copy and paste this. It's also coming off my Chase Freedom Unlimited. But like I say, I'm not going to do that more than, I might not even do it another month. I'm sorry, I'm having a little issue. I'm using my trackpad, which it's a great trackpad, but it seems like it's been having some sensitivity issues since a recent update. Next is interest and fees. This is just, the main thing is, like, I have one credit card that has a $48 annual fee, and it's billed monthly at $4. So I budget $4. I don't have a goal for this, but I budget like $4 a month. And like I've got upcoming transactions, for like I have another card that has a $39 annual fee, and I'm hoping that card, by the time it's time to pay the annual fee again, I'm hoping I can upgrade that card to one that doesn't have an annual fee. I have not had it very long. It's not a good card. I got it when I was rebuilding my credit. But anyway, and like I say, I don't budget a lot in this. I budget for that $4 a month because I know that's coming. And when the annual fee rolls around, I'll budget for that. But this is really just if I end up having any bank fees or anything. Like I had a bank account that I stopped using, and I just kept a few dollars in there to pay. If on that bank account, if I use my debit card so many times and I get paperless statements and everything, then I don't have monthly fees. But when I started using YNAB, and basically at the start of COVID, I stopped using that bank account and I just kept a few dollars in there and budgeted a few dollars to the monthly fee. It was like $2 a month. And then this week, I shut that account down because I'm not using it. I'm consolidating some accounts. I had another savings account with Capital One, and I just moved all that back in. I'm doing it the YNAB way. I have one checking account now, and I have one savings account. And I'll take some time to go over here to my accounts and show you. I've got one personal checking account. I've got one savings account. I've got a wallet, and I don't normally track like the money in my wallet, not to the penny or everything, because I really don't spend cash. It's just if somebody gives me some money or I get some kind of cash or anything, I'll put in there just to kind of remind myself I've got it. Like I walked around for a couple of weeks with $42 in my pocket until it was time to get a haircut, and I paid for the haircut, and then $20 came out of my wallet, and then the money I had budgeted for my haircut, I just sent it back to be budgeted and moved it somewhere else. Then I've got, my credit cards, and pretty much they are all zero balance. Thankfully, I was able to pay off all my debt, and this is my Chase Freedom Unlimited, and it just has from purchases. This is a card. I no longer use a debit card because of some problems with some fraud, and I don't have fraud protection with my bank. So I use the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which gives, reward points, but I use it for fraud protection. And then I do have some tracking accounts down here, but I'm not really going to go into them. Like one of them I've got for like a personal loan, what's called a credit builder loan, and then I've got some other loans and stuff that are business loan stuff that's not personal debt, but I do track it down there just so I can see the numbers go down. And like I say, that's business debt that I pay on a regular basis, and I don't track it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I may cut this part out. But anyway, let's go back. Now I've got, right now the only debt I have is I have this that credit builder loan, and what you do is the bank loans you money, and rather than giving you the money, they put the money into a CD, and then you make monthly payments, and when the loan is paid off, you get the CD. And the only reason I'm doing that is on my credit, I've got good credit. It's in the mid 700s. It's just everything keeps coming up telling me about a lack of installment loans. So this is a way of having an installment loan, but it's really not going to cost me a lot of money because I get that money back at the end. It's really more like I'm putting money in a savings account. And it's going to cost me a little bit of interest and a fee for setting it up. Next, I've got my living expenses set up. This is just, stuff that I use every week. And I pretty much try to budget the same every week. Like gasoline, of course. Through just, knowing how much gas I spend in a week, I spend a max of about $25 a week. Actually my first fill up of the month was last Saturday, which I guess was the first, and I only spent $13.79, and it'll probably be about the same this week. My boss borrowed my car because he had to take his to the shop. He borrowed my car to go on a service call, and he went ahead and put gas in it. So it'll probably be, I've still got 3/4 of the tank, so it'll probably only take me about the same to fill up this month. Now, sometimes I do let this roll over to about a max of 150, but this month I didn't. I took the excess from last month out. There was about $30 excess. I took it out and I put it back into to be budgeted and moved it forward. Groceries, I'm really not buying any groceries right now, but I do buy drinks, like 12 packs of Coke Zero or 6 packs of Coke Zero to take to work, so that I'm not going out and buying a drink every time I'm going to a gas station. I'm trying to conserve money. Pretty much the only thing I bought is I think I bought some pretzels. Yes, I bought some pretzels for my mother. That's why I put that in groceries instead of snacks. This is my auto maintenance category. Now, I let it roll over from month to month, and I consider auto maintenance like car washes, oil changes, changing air filters, changing, anything like that, changing wiper blades, things like that, probably like a new battery, I don't know, a new battery might come out of my auto repair fund, I'm not sure, yet, because I haven't had a new battery with my newer vehicle. But like I said, I let this one roll over and build up because I've got an oil change coming up in the next few weeks, and that's my money already earmarked for my oil change. I budget $20 a month for a haircut. My medical expenses right now, I budget $10 a month for my medicine that I get on that program, and then anything else, that's medical related. Like if I buy some cough syrup or anything like that, I will, put into this category and then cover the spending. And of course, giving, that is my weekly tithe. And of course, my just for fun categories. Now, I break out my eating into 4 different categories. First off, I consider dining out usually anything that is where I'm not out eating alone. Now, I broke that rule this week. I went to Denny's by myself, and I put it in dining out because it was a sit-down meal at Denny's. I considered it dining out, but normally I would put that under fast food, because fast food is just typically what I eat when I'm by myself. This week, like I say, I budget about $100 to eating out. Me and my family, we try to go out and eat out on Saturday nights twice a month, and I'll pick up the check, or then my stepdad will pick up the check, my mom will pick up the check, and I budget. That's for, usually when we go out to eat. The fast food, of course, I budget. That's for my eating, during the week. And everything fast food, and I try not to do that, but like I had a doctor's visit the other day, and I was running a little late, so I didn't pack my lunch, and I had to be fasting for it, and so I ended up buying my lunch. I hit Sonic and got me a little breakfast sandwich, which, to be honest, wasn't as good as what I make myself at home. And then at McDonald's, I just went for lunch and spent $5. Let's see, my next category. This is an important one to me. This is family breakfast. Every Saturday morning, I try to go to McDonald's, and I just get breakfast for the family, coffee and everything. And I budget it usually costs me about $12 a week, so I budget $12 a week. Now, last Sunday, of course, last Saturday and Sunday, my parents were out of town. That's why I went to eat out by myself, and that's why I got breakfast alone, and I put it under family breakfast because I was dog sitting, and I bought the dog a biscuit, and that's family, you know. This is my snacks category. I broke this out to kind of track how much I'm spending. Like if I stop at a store and grab, you know, a drink and a snack or something like that. And actually, I think last month, last month I didn't spend anything. And I don't let that category roll over. Fun money, you know, haven't been doing a lot of stuff fun. There's no place to go to movies, anything like that. So, I don't let my fun money roll over either. But someday, you know, I might in the future. Clothing and shoes. This is more of like a half sinking fund, half spend, you know, just spending category. I just try to budget $50 a month for, you know, like clothing and shoes and stuff like that. And like, you know, last month I ended up spending about $80, you know, and I don't really let this, you know, I might let this category actually roll over, you know, everything. And then, shopping, I'm not sure how much. I think I don't keep a goal on this one because I'm trying not to shop, but I do inevitably do it, so I just put it in here. But I did budget. I guess I budgeted $50, and then I had to take. I had to wham, you know, whack-a-mole, $1 and something from this category. But you know, I did some shopping on Amazon. Let's see, I bought the YNAB You Need a Budget book to read, and that's my bedtime reading tonight. And I bought some of those batteries you use to charge your phone with when you're out and about. My next category this is my unexpected expenses. I don't really budget anything to that. That's just if I have something come in during the month that I just didn't. I don't have a category for. It was a surprise. I know I was thinking for. I stick it in that category. Change jar. I just usually, like if I'm budgeting something or at the end of the month I'm cleaning up. Category. Sorry, I had to move my foot if that shook the camera. Which I may not actually put my webcam on this, so you can ignore that sentence. I don't even know why I talked about it. Anyway, that's where I put like extra change, extra rounded off amounts and everything to use for, you know, I'll take from that to cover overspending first. You know, and I usually cover my overspending right away. Cash. This is just the cash in my wallet, and I normally, you know, I throw $20 in this every month, so that I can have a 20 in my wallet just for emergencies and things like that. Next we'll come to my true expenses. Now I keep true expenses. I keep sinking ones, which are basically the same thing. I treat true expenses as those infrequent bills, and sinking funds is just something I'm saving up for, but you know, they're all the same thing. And what I actually tend to do, now it's not going to match right now, but my sinking funds and my true expenses, I keep that in a savings account now. It's not a high interest savings account. It's more just a keeping money separate savings account. And I just, whatever at the end of the month, or actually when it rolls over to the new month, I tend to take and match this number. I make my balance in my savings account match. But for some reason, I don't have it like that. I did have a few days ago, but something has happened. I think I adjusted some goals on some true expenses, and it adds in some money. And I'll fix that probably, you know, in this video. But my true expenses, this is my this is my annual fee for that one credit card. That's $39, and I started contributing to save it up over a few months. Now my car insurance is normally $259 for 6 months, and I did not really save for it. I paid it in June and December, and I did not save for it in July, or I didn't save for any in June. I'm not really sure. I don't think I saved for it in July, because I'm switching in December. I'm going to switch to paying it monthly, because when I got my last bill, it had a thing on the back that said I could save up to $50 a year doing a monthly bank draft. And I'm just waiting to see if it doesn't really save me any money. I'm going to go back to paying it by every 6 months. So I decided this month to go ahead and save up to full 6 months by December. And if I don't use it, if I do go to the monthly bank draft, then I'll just move this up to my immediate obligations, and I'll already have 6 months of money budgeted to that. I'll just keep it in there and let it pull from that. My yearly dues this is for some reason my insurance company charges $30 a year just to be a member of the insurance company, and they give me a magazine that I've never read, but I have to pay it. So I've had that as a true expense. Now I didn't start YNAB till June. That's why I don't have more, banked for these. I'm really just getting started. Domain renewals. This is just kind of general. I don't have this. I have 2 domains. One of which is $10 every February, and then I have another domain that I just got that I'm not exactly sure. I paid for 2 years up front, and I'm not exactly sure when it's going to renew or how much it's going to be. But I've broken it down to the $10 is like $1.25 a month, and then I'm just saving 75 cents a month for that other domain. I don't think I'll have to renew it for 2 years. This is my Norton 360. I did get the first year for $60, but for when it renews in a year, it'll be $90. So I got that in there as a true expense. And of course, YNAB, which I've signed. I just paid for my first year, and now it's I'm saving $7 a month for everything. But trust me, YNAB has already paid for itself. This is a new sinking fund I just added. And I went ahead and added it last month at the end of the month, and went ahead and funded both months. I didn't think about it until I saw it in somebody else's video. And right now I'm doing $24 for a 4-year renewal. I may bump this up to $48 for a 8-year renewal. My car tag this year was $39, so I'm anticipating it being the same next year. If it's not, if it's a little more or what have you, I'll just add it in. This is Microsoft 365. It is $99, but it ends up being $106.99. But it's not due until July of 2022. Because what happened is I signed up for the personal, which is only one computer, and I went ahead and prepaid for a year. It was like $69, but I needed to upgrade so that I got the 5 users. And let me turn this in light. It's horrible. Oh, I'm probably not going to put my webcam in anyway, so I don't know why I'm bothered adjusting the camera. But anyway, when I upgraded, it didn't just upgrade from the $69 to the $99 and charge me another $30. It charged me another $99, and it's not due until, 2 years, 2 years from now. But I've started paying my taxes quarterly instead of yearly. That's something you do when you're self-employed, but I didn't know that until recently because I wasn't doing my own taxes, but I've taken over doing my own taxes. But right now I did owe taxes for first quarter, but I don't owe taxes yet for I didn't owe any taxes for second quarter because of the COVID shutdown. And so far I don't owe any taxes for third quarter. I will owe them for fourth quarter, but nothing yet. So I just have that as zero because I don't know what to expect at all. And like I said, when I do figure it out, I guess I'll just save like crazy in fourth quarter to pay it off in January. Then moving to my sinking funds, I set a goal of like $250 for Christmas, and this is just what it's budgeting every month. Now I do just set aside $20 a month for gifts and non-Christmas, and I let this roll over, and sometimes I have to add to it. I budgeted for my next pair of glasses. I just go ahead and replace my glasses every year because my insurance pays for a yearly visit because I'm a diabetic and I have to get my eyes checked every year. So new glasses, they cost me about, but I have to have special lenses because why they're so thick, but they cost me about $130 a year. Now, most people go ahead and save up an emergency fund first. Now down here I only have around $200 in my emergency fund. That's not a lot, but I'm going back to working on it. But what I did is I broke out some car repair funds, and I went ahead and built up my car repair fund because that's most likely the emergency I'm going to have first. And if I need to, I can pull from this if I have another kind of emergency. But, I built up a $1,000 general car repair fund. Now, when I bought my vehicle that I have now, I knew that within the next year I would have to do new brakes. So I went ahead and broke out for about what I thought brakes would cost. If it's not enough, I'll pull from the car repair fund. If it's too much, I'll roll this over into my emergency fund or back into my car repair fund. And then new tires. When I bought my vehicle, it had pretty much new tires on it and 2 bad tires. So I only bought 2 new tires. This was last August. And right now I'm budgeted for the cost of what 2 more new tires would be. But I'm going to get up to $600, which is the cost of what I figure 4 new tires would cost for. I just started a new sinking fund. I haven't funded anything into it yet. But what I intend to do is I want to fund a yearly subscription to give as a gift to a relative or something of that nature. Under healthcare, now what I intend for this to be is I have a maximum out-of-pocket expense every year of $1,400, but so far I have not spent anywhere near that in the last several years. But what I would actually like to do now, which hopefully I might get a new job next year, end of this year, beginning of next year, and I'll have much better health care, but I may still have like an out-of-pocket expense. Right now, what I do is I know I've got a bill coming up. I'm just waiting on the bill. That's going to be $59.17. But what I plan to do is start funding this And I know I won't hit it this year, but I have maximum of $1,400 out of pocket expense. I plan to hopefully budget and save $1,400 so that I can start pulling from this. But if something happens, I have the full, or as close to the full $1,400 available to me. This is a new goal. I don't know how much LASIK would cost, but I think on average about $2,000. And I may not even be able to get LASIK surgery, but my plan is if we get another stimulus check, that $1,200 is going to go into this, and what I'm planning on doing is then this will be my next focus, will be to build this up to about $2,000, and to see if I can get LASIK, because I'm just tired of wearing glasses, and of course if I can get LASIK, I'll roll this $130, and that will give me $1,330. Next I've got, these are just some more of wish list than anything right now. I'm not funding them, I just have them there for motivation. But I do plan on, after I fund out $1,000 e-fund, and I've got my $1,000 car repair fund, that'll give me $2,000. I plan on building up this moving out fund along with my healthcare fund. Next I've got my wish farm, and I don't have anything on my wish farm yet, but I do have a few things in my wish list, and this is really, I either want to get an Echo Dot or an Echo Show, and I'd like to get like either a Kindle Fire or a Kindle Paperwhite. That's just estimates. And this is, I keep, and I don't know why it's not showing. Maybe I deleted. I'm not sure why it's not rolling up enough. To show but that's just a couple reimbursement, friends and family reimbursement and work reimbursement. Now I've gone through my setup. I've like I said, right now I've got August fully funded. I budgeted $1,322 in August, and I've got $685 budgeted already into September, and like I said, I just need to go through and hopefully by I won't have it this paycheck, but by next paycheck, I will have all of my immediate obligations and like my just for fun categories all and my true expenses funded. And usually I'm starting to not fund my sinking funds a month ahead. What I do is I'll build my sinking funds in the month I'm in. Like once I fully fund September, I will take some of the extra money I have and fund some of these sinking funds back in August, and then possibly just carry some of the money on over into October. Like I say, right now I am in September. I'm underfunded $455.90, and that this week's paycheck won't cover that, but this week's and next week's will. So that'll leave me 2 paychecks to do a little bit of sinking funds and do a little bit on over into October. And thankfully, let's see, September, of course, will be 4 paychecks, but in October, that's a 5 paycheck month. That'll be a chance to get ahead just a little bit. Now, I am ahead. I'm actually 32 days ahead. I was actually quite a bit ahead when I started YNAB. I just had a chunk of money in the bank, and I just didn't know what it was for. But YNAB has let me figure out what it's for. Now, I have not put in and budgeted my paycheck for this week just yet. And like I say, it's a low paycheck. You know, I'm only working part-time right now. I'm not getting a full week and stuff. Now I'm going to before I do anything, I'm going to reconcile some of my accounts with me. I'm just going to look on my iPad real quick and just I want to reconcile. I always try to reconcile before. I actually reconcile, you know, like almost every day. I'm just obsessive compulsive over it, but I make sure that I reconcile before I budget each week. Now, actually, I can't reconcile because I have not brought in my paycheck for the week, but it does have to import, and let's see, it matched. This is my deposit. This is, go ahead and fill this out. This is from the company I contract with. And this is to be budgeted. And the inflow is a whopping $280. Now, I did have, earlier this week, I've already reconciled it. $55 from MDES. That is what, you know, I still get a little bit of unemployment even though I'm working, but because I'm not working right now, I can earn up to $306 and still get a little bit from them. But I got $55 this week. You know, it's not a lot, but every bit helps. Now let's see, I've got let me flag this as income and approve this transaction. What I've got here, I've got payment to my credit card. Now that has not cleared. I pay my credit card 2 or 3 times a week. I just do. It's a habit I have. Sometimes I've accidentally overpaid, you know, because the transaction hadn't gone through yet, and I end up, you know, with a positive balance. And with Chase, that just does screwy things. Now, but like I said, both of these have cleared. This is this month's payment to that Credits Boost CD. So I'm going to check my balance, and my balance is $1,706.73. Reconcile. I'm gonna say yes. Now I'm gonna come down. I look like I have something to import on my Chase card, and of course I do use scheduled transactions just to keep up with things. Like this is one I just put in for the end of the month for that $59 because I still don't know when the bill is going to come in, but I've got the money set aside. Let me import and see what's going on. Okay, okay, so that payment did clear with the credit card, and let me check my credit card balance. Okay, and yes, of course, I do have a zero balance. I should have just assumed that. And that is that. Now, now that I have done this, I'm ready to go back in and budget my whopping $280 paycheck. Now I think I'm going to stop here because this video was just entirely too long, and I'm going to break this up, the actual budgeting, into a separate, shorter video. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.